All right, so it looks like Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be delayed. Got this announcement straight on X from the Assassin's Creed handle. Assassin's Creed Shadows will now release February 14th, 2025. We're going to read through this announcement and then talk a little bit about it because I've got some theories as to why they're doing this, besides some of the obvious stuff. But I don't know. I've got a suspicion about this. So, right off the bat, it says Assassin's Creed Shadows is a dream project for us, finally bringing the series to feudal Japan with many features developed with our community in mind, such as parkour or the renewed stealth brought by new technology, all set in a beautiful and immersive world. This is an ambitious addition to the franchise, a rich experience that can be lived through the eyes of two unique protagonists, but we realize we need more time to polish and refine the experience, pushing further some of our key features. As such, we've made the decision to postpone the release date to February 14th, 2025. The game will release on a broad range of platforms, including Steam at launch. Additionally, pre-orders will be refunded and all future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion for free. We understand this decision will come as disappointing news, especially to those who have been waiting patiently for Assassin's Creed game inspired by feudal Japan, but we sincerely believe that this is in the best interest of the game and ultimately your experience as a player. Rest assured, we are looking forward to the moment you will embark on a memorable adventure with Naoe and Yasuke. Until then, we thank you for your ongoing support. Now, couple of things. I mean, the obvious thing is, well, because it's woke and it's gonna go broke, they delayed it to try and get some additional pre-orders or what have you. Now that is theoretically a very likely outcome here. That it's probably not doing as well as they would have expected in terms of pre-orders, and that's probably why they're doing this. The other thing is that this was an Epic Games exclusive, if I understand it correctly, and therefore they're going back on that big time with this release on multiple platforms thing. So it could have been the exclusivity there was theorized to be dragging them down. It wouldn't surprise me because exclusives outside of like a console really in this day and age are going to do that, are going to cause those kind of problems, with the exception of maybe Steam, but nobody does Steam exclusives to my knowledge. So, yeah, I think that might be a factor. Obviously, this came on the heels of Ghosts of Yote and that announcement. So now they've got competition in the exact same space that appears to be far better and far more interesting to people than their game. So it might be a delay because of that. There's a number of factors that are pretty obvious. Now, some of the ones that I think are a little less obvious. The first thing is obviously, I mean, this is a very woke game, or perceived to be very woke. It has a lot of contention about the historical accuracy of the game, and it comes up in multiple cases. It's not just Yasuke. There's other things that just don't mesh correctly with the game. They very well may be doing this pushback or this delay in order to refine some of those historical inaccuracies, maybe. Just maybe their history experts, their Japanese history experts are not up to snuff, and maybe they're going to hire some more experts to try and fix all those issues that people have been pointing out with their trailers since like the day they released. So that I think is a likely potential. I don't know. I'd say it's a 50-50 actually, now that I think about it a little better. Just because there could be this sense from Ubisoft, which they have big time, which is that they are doing their own thing and they are doing the right thing and they're on the right side of history and all that. So they might not even change anything historically inaccurate with the game with this delay. This may just simply be a marketing ploy to try and get more sales. Also, being pushed back to February, it's been pointed out that February is Black History Month. Maybe that's why they're pushing it back. It would be kind of ironic if they just accidentally pushed it back there. I think that was more of an intentional thing, just to try and capitalize on Yasuke more. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think that would work. I don't think any gamer, black, white, or otherwise, would fall for that ploy in this day and age. I'm sure that they're, if they're doing that because of it, they're trying to capture more of the black gaming audience, and I don't think it's going to work. I think that ship has sailed a long time ago, and I think people are seeing the Emperor doesn't have any clothes on, and I think that's what's going to happen with this case as well. That said, I mean that may or may not be the reason But these are some of the lesser known, lesser thought of avenues that I've kind of been thinking about as to why they would actually delay it this far back, and make this announcement at this time in with the competition out there, the Ghosts of Yotei and all of that going on, and the historical accuracies and the pushback from people on the way the game looks and plays. I think that all has a factor on this, and I think that they're probably going to make some changes under the hood to make it better, and some of those might be historical. I don't see them changing much with the mechanics. It sounds to me like they're very proud of the game the way it is, and maybe it does need a little polish, maybe it does need a little bug fixing, but I mean, that's a can of worms. I think they've learned their lesson with that one, because the more you delay a game to try and fix underlying problems, it's a double-edged sword, because as you fix bugs, you introduce new things, and the thing could be an unplayable mess on launch because you delayed it, as opposed to, getting it out there with the few bug fixes that you can prioritize to make it a good, fun, playable game on launch. So it's hard to nail that down, especially for these bigger studios, because they have so many moving parts to the machine to get this game out. So once you kind of shift gears with that machine, it kind of tends to throw some problems into the mix, and it ends up being that the delay causes more problems than you're fixing. At least I've noticed that in recent history with some of these launches. It doesn't seem to improve things when you delay a game. It seems to make things worse. So I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum. I think it's mostly marketing pushing this. But I think that this might be an opportunity to put some polish on this game and try and make it look better to try and get more sales. But I mean, I don't think that's going to work. Gamers have woken up to these things. They see the writing on the wall. They see that when you push identity politics, inevitably it's with a game that has nothing behind that identity politics that's worth playing. That is the pattern. That's been the pattern since day one, and people are waking up to that, and they're seeing it. So as soon as they see those identity politics being shoved in their face, they're like, oh, well, then there must not be anything behind this game. This game must be a complete mess. It must be a boring, pointless game that's not going to be fun to play, because that's been their experience. That's been my experience. Every woke game that's come out, it's been an unplayable mess, or it's been boring or not worth playing, because they've put all their eggs in that identity politics basket and left nothing over to actually make a fun game to play. And that's the mistake. That's been the mistake since the beginning, and that, I think, is the mistake with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Only time will tell, but Ubisoft is batting zero right now this year, and maybe that's the other thing, is they don't want yet another failure in 2024. They'll push this one off to 2025. Maybe that's it. They just don't want to add another tally to the, another number to the tally here. And it was only 30 games that failed in 2024, not 31, because we pushed this one to 2025, so it can fail on those books. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like these kind of videos, give it a like, and I will talk to you guys later.